Right now, there's a $4.7 trillion time bomb hiding in plain sight. And when it explodes, it won't just destroy buildings, it'll destroy your bank account, your retirement, and possibly your future. The scary part, almost nobody is talking about it. But before I reveal which banks are most vulnerable and exactly what you need to do to protect yourself, let me decode the 3 hidden threats that are converging right now to create the perfect financial storm. Welcome to Financial History Decoded, where we break down complex financial crises so you can protect your wealth before it's too late. I'm your name, and today we're decoding a crisis that rhymes perfectly with 1929, except this time the numbers are 10 times bigger. Let's start with what you can see with your own eyes. Look around your city. How many office buildings are How many stores in your local mall have closed? How many for lease signs do you see downtown? This isn't just economic slowdown. This is a commercial real estate apocalypse. And here's why it matters to you. Since 2020, commercial real estate values have collapsed by 30 to 40%. That's $4.70 trillion in vanished wealth. But here's the part they do you and want you to know. American banks have loaned out $2.9 trillion against these same properties. And on their balance sheets, they're still pretending these loans are worth full value. Think about that. Buildings worth $60 million, backed by loans of $100 million. That's not accounting. That's fiction. And when reality catches up, which it always does, someone has to eat those losses. Care to guess who? Threat number 1. The office building death spiral. Let me walk you through exactly how this kills banks. Step 1. Remote work becomes permanent. Companies realize they need 40% less office space. Step 2. Building owners can't fill their spaces. Rent income drops. Building values collapse. Step 3. The loans come due. And here's the killer. $1.5 trillion in commercial real estate loans are maturing between now and 2027. Step 4. Owners try to refinance. But banks look at the building and say, you want to borrow $100 million against a building now worth $60 million. No deal. Step 5. Owner defaults. Bank takes the building. Bank sells the building at a massive loss. That loss comes straight off the bank's capital. Now, multiply this by thousands of buildings, thousands of defaults, hundreds of banks. This is already happening. In San Francisco, office buildings that sold for $300 million in 2019 are being auctioned for $60 million. That's an 80% loss. And it's not just San Francisco. It's Dallas, Houston, Chicago, New York, Seattle, every major city in America. Threat number 2, the derivative multiplier, or as I call it, how banks turn a $1 trillion problem into a $10 trillion catastrophe. Remember 2008? Remember CDO's toxic bundles of subprime mortgages that nearly destroyed the financial system? Well, guess what? Banks did it again. But this time with commercial real estate. They're called CMBS, commercial mortgage-backed securities. Banks take hundreds of commercial real estate loans, bundle them together, slice them into tranches, and sell them to investors. Your pension fund owns them. Your retirement account owns them. Insurance companies own them. But it gets worse. Then they create derivatives on top of these securities. Credit default swaps. Synthetic CD, the whole 2008 playbook. So when one office building in Dallas defaults, it doesn't just hurt one regional bank, it triggers losses across the CMBs that included that loan, the derivatives based on that CMBs, every pension fund holding those securities, every mutual fund in your 401k exposed to commercial real estate. One default becomes 1,000 losses. That's the multiplier effect. And the total derivative exposure tied to commercial real estate. Conservative estimates put it over $600 billion. Some analysts say it could be as high as $2 trillion. This is exactly how a regional banking crisis becomes a global financial meltdown. Threat number 3, the 1929 parallel, and this one should terrify you. In 1929, The crash wasn't caused by stocks. It was caused by real estate speculation and over-levered banks. Sound familiar? Let me show you the eerie pattern. In 1929, banks were over-leveraged in real estate speculation. Today, banks are over-leveraged in commercial real estate loans. In 1929, they called it buying on margin. Today, it's commercial mortgage-backed securities. Different name, same game. In 1929, the public had no idea until banks started failing. Today, most people have no idea these losses are sitting on bank balance sheets. In 1929, there was no FDIC insurance. Today, the FDIC has $128 billion to insure $10 trillion in deposits. Do that math. In 1929, the banking crisis turned a recession into the Great Depression. It took 25 years for the market to recover. Here's what's identical between then and now. Asset values inflated beyond reality. Banks overexposed to a single sector, derivatives multiplying the risk. The public completely unaware, regulators looking the other way. Every single warning sign that preceded 1929 is flashing red right now. Now, here's where this gets personal. Because when these banks start failing, it's not just their problem, it's your problem. And I'm not just talking about your checking account. I'm talking about something way more important that you might not even realize is at risk. Your retirement account. See, most people don't realize that their 401k and IRA aren't just sitting in cash. They're invested in mutual funds, ETFs, and bonds. And guess what many of those funds are holding? That's right, commercial real estate assets and the derivatives built on them. When this collapse happens, your retirement savings get hit from THRAE directions. Number 1, stock market crash as banks fail. Number 2, bond values plummet as CMBS securities default. Number 3, real estate investment trusts in your portfolio become worthless. And here's the cruel part, because these are retirement accounts. You can't just pull your money out without massive penalties. Your wealth is trapped while it evaporates. This creates a death spiral. Banks fail, stock market crashes, your 401k drops 40 to 60%. You can't retire. You need to withdraw early. You pay penalties. You lose even more. It's exactly what happened in 1929. People who thought they were set for retirement lost everything, and they couldn't access their money without massive losses anyway. So which banks should you be worried about? I can't give financial advice, but I can show you the data. High-risk indicators include regional banks with heavy CRE lending 30% or more of their loan book, banks in cities with high office vacancy rates, and banks with large unrealized losses on securities. Red flag banks by CRE exposure include New York Community Bancorp at 60% CRE exposure, Valley National Bank at 45% CRE exposure, and Western Alliance at 40% CRE exposure. The big banks aren't safe either. Look at their derivative exposure. JPMorgan Chase has $52 trillion in derivatives. Bank of America has $21 trillion. Citibank has $48 trillion. That's not a typo, trillions in derivative exposure. Here are the warning signs to watch. Number 1, office building auctions. Watch for major cities auctioning off trophy buildings at 50 to 70% discounts. This is happening right now in San Francisco, Dallas, and Houston. Number 2, regional bank stock prices. When regional bank stocks start dropping 20 to 30% in a week, that's institutions getting out. Number 3, FDIC insurance fund depletion. The FDIC has $128 billion to insure $10 trillion in deposits. When that ratio starts shrinking, panic begins. Number 4, pension fund warnings. When state pension funds start issuing warnings about underfunding, they're seeing losses in their CRE holdings. Number 5, Fed emergency meetings. Unscheduled Fed meetings equal crisis management mode. Okay. So, what can you actually do about this? Immediate action number 1. Check your bank's CRE exposure. Go to your bank's investor relations page. Look at their latest quarterly report. Search for commercial real estate and CRE. If it's over 30% of their loan portfolio, consider that. Immediate action number 2. Spread your deposits. FDIC only insures $250,000 per account. If you have more, spread it across multiple banks. Or use services that split your money automatically. Immediate action. Number 3. Review your retirement portfolio. Call your 401k administrator. Ask specifically, what's our CMBS exposure? What's our REIT allocation? What's our derivative exposure through mutual funds? Most people have nitrogen monoxide idea what's actually in their retirement account. Immediate action number 4. Consider alternative assets. I'm not saying go all in on gold or Bitcoin, but having 5 to 10% of your wealth in assets that are ER&T to the banking system might make sense. Real assets, precious metals, commodities, land. Immediate action number 5. Build cash reserves. Yes, inflation eats at cash. But in a credit crisis, cash is king. Javin says 12 months of expenses in FDIC-insured accounts gives you options. Here's what really keeps me up at night. This isn't just about money. When the financial system fails, it affects everything. Businesses can't make payroll because they can't access credit. Supply chains break down because letters of credit disappear. The real economy grinds to a halt. In 1929, the bank failures turned a recession into the Great Depression. In 2008, we avoided depression by bailing out the banks with $700 billion. But this chimey, the numbers are 10 times bigger. The derivative exposure is 100 times bigger. And the political will to do massive bailouts way weaker. The scary truth is this. The wealth collapse isn't coming. It's already here. It's just moving in slow motion, hidden in bank balance sheets and retirement account statements that most people never look at. But there's one more thing. They're not telling you something that makes this even worse. And it has to do with what happens after the collapse starts. When banks start failing in 2026 or 2027, here's what I think happens. Phase 1 is denial. Weeks 1 to 4. It's just a few regional banks. The system is sound. Government assures everyone. Stock market rallies briefly. Phase 2 is contagion. Months 2 to 6. More banks fail. FDIC fund runs dry. Emergency measures kick in. Stock market enters bear territory. Your 401,000 down 30%. Phase 3 is panic. Months 6 to dozy. Major banks need bailouts. Retirement accounts frozen temporarily. Market down 50%. Unemployment spikes. Phase 4 is restructuring. Years 2 to 5. New regulations. Bank consolidation. Wealth transfer from middle class to those who position themselves correctly. This is why acting now matters. By the time this is on the news every night, it's too late. Look, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to prepare you. The people who survive financial collapses aren't the ones who panic. They're the ones who saw it coming and took action early. Here's what I want you to do right now. Number 1, screenshot or bookmark this video. Number 2, check your bank's CRE exposure this weekend. Number 3, review your retirement account holdings. Number 4, share this with someone who needs to see it. And if you want to stay updated as this situation develops, subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'll be tracking these warning signs weekly. Drop a comment below telling me, what's your biggest concern? Are you taking any of these actions? Do you think I'm overreacting or underreacting? The financial system is more fragile than most people realize. But knowledge is power. And now you know what's hiding in plain sight. Remember, in 1929, the people who saw it coming and diversified their wealth weren't just okay, they thrived in the aftermath. Don't be caught off guard. Stay informed. Stay prepared. I'll see you in the next video.